Biology Part 149. Patterns of Behavior. Introduction. Any action taken by an organism is part of its behavior. For such action to be possible, organisms must possess receptors sensitive to extent and internal stimuli, that is, to changes in external and internal conditions. They must also have effectors like muscles or glands, which operate to produce particular responses. Animals are heterophilic. Typically, they are mobile organisms which search actively for food and shelter. Communication between individuals is needed for successful breeding and care of the young, and sometimes for social behavior. To cope with all these activities, most animals have a well-developed nervous system which coordinates their behavior, outlined in the figure. Instinct and learning. In the 1920s and 1930s, two very different approaches to the study of behavior developed. One group of investigators called ethologists inspired the work of Lawrence and Timbergens, studied animals in their natural surrounding and sought to explain the nature of their adaptive behavior. The second group, known as behaviorists, included Watson and Skinner and consisted mainly of the experimental psychologists and behaviorist focused attention on learning process which were instigated, investigated under carefully controlled laboratory conditions. Only a few organisms, notably white rat, were studied, and ethologists found it useful to distinguish between innate or instinctive behavior, which was inborn and assumed to be genetically determined, and learned behavior, which was acquired as a result of experience. Insects provide many examples of inherited behavior patterns. Potter wasps use pediculations are entirely solitary. Males and females emerge in the summer and after mating, the female builds a flask-shaped nest formed with defined grains of sand or mud cemented together with saliva and attached to a heather or similar vegetation. Inside the nest, female lays a single egg. Then the nest is provisioned with the paralyzed bodies of several caterpillars which provide food for developing larvae. Finally, the completed nest is sealed and the female flies off to build another. The entire sequence of mating, nest building, egg laying, hunting, and provisioning is carried out with no training or prior experience whatsoever. It seems reasonable to conclude that this behavior must be genetically determined. The life cycles of the insects are too short to accommodate long periods of trial and error behavior leading to learning. Consequently, most complex behavior patterns are pre-programmed in this way. and we call them instincts.